Picture your patio in late October. Cold wind, neighboring gardens brown and dead. Yours, still alive. Crisp greens overflowing the pots. Fat roots pushing through the soil. Beans still hanging heavy on the vine. Not luck, timing. Right now, the soil's still holding summer heat. Seeds are germinating faster than almost any other point in the year. Plant in the next few days, and fall's cooling weather hits at the exact moment your plants need it most. Miss this window, your containers sit empty all autumn. Today, 15 container vegetables you cannot miss planting before August ends. Exact zones, exact container sizes, the hidden tricks that beat the heat. And number one isn't just a vegetable, it replants itself. Free harvest, year after year. Let's go. Here's the problem. Most gardeners think the season's over once July ends. Calendar flips to August, they mentally check out. Pull the tomatoes, call it done. Let the pots sit empty till spring. That mindset costs you an entire harvest. Truth is, late summer soil is a hidden advantage. Warm enough to wake seeds instantly. Plant now, and your vegetables mature just as the weather cools. Exactly what fall crops want. Wait 2 or 3 more weeks, that window slams shut for good. So here's what you get. For every vegetable, the exact USDA zone it thrives in, the precise container size so roots don't cramp, and the one trick that stops seeds from cooking in the heat instead of germinating. Some are fast annuals, grow them in a bucket. Others are cold hardy staples that shrug off the first frost. And the last two? Not like the rest. Perennials. Plant once, they pay you back year after year. Grab your notes. Starting at number 15. Number 15. Radishes myth. Radishes are spring only. Wrong. They're one of the fastest, most forgiving crops you can throw in a container in late summer. And cool fall air makes them sweeter, not weaker. Seeds germinate in 3 to 5 days in warm soil. Plant even in the last days of July, you still get a full harvest before hard frost. Container, 6 to 8 inches deep. Zones 3 through 10, colder zones, get seeds in now. The trick: radishes bolt and turn woody if soil dries out even once. Mulch the surface right after sowing to lock in moisture. Varieties: Cherry Belle, French Breakfast, White Icicle. Harvest: 25 to 30 days. Fastest win on this entire list. Number 14. Bok choy mistake. Thinking Asian greens need a special setup. They don't. Bok choy is easy, forgiving, and it prefers the cooler nights coming your way. Grow it in midsummer heat, it bolts. Plant it now, it matures right as temps drop. Best, most tender leaves. Container, 5-gallon, rich, well-draining soil. Zones 4 through 9. The trick: shade the container for the first week. Shade cloth, even propped cardboard. Cuts bolting risk hard. Varieties: Toy choy for compact growth. Win-win choy for bigger harvest. Harvest baby bok choy in 30 days. Full heads in 45. One container, multiple cut-and-come-again harvests into November. Number 13. Bush beans. Most people think bean season ends in July. That's exactly why containers sit empty all fall. Bush beans are one of your last windows for a heavy crop before the season turns. They love warm soil to germinate, mature fast enough that planting now still gets you weeks of harvest before cool nights slow things down. Container, 5-gallon loose compost-enriched mix. 6 to 8 hours direct sun. Zones 3 through 10. The trick: hot, dry surface soil kills germination. Water thoroughly before sowing. Plant seeds an inch deep. Cover with straw or fine mulch so the top layer doesn't bake before seedlings emerge. Varieties: Provider, Contender, Blue Lake 274. Harvest: 50 to 60 days. Pick often. The plant keeps producing. Number 12. Carrots myth. Carrots are too slow to start this late. Reality: late summer carrots are the sweetest you'll ever grow. Cool fall air converts their starches into sugar. Carrots need a longer runway. These final days before August are your true last call. Container, at least 12 inches deep. Depth matters more than width here. Zones 3 through 10. The trick: carrot seeds germinate unevenly in hot soil because the surface crusts over. Keep the top inch moist, even water lightly twice a day, and cover seeds with vermiculite instead of soil to stop the crusting. Varieties: Danvers half long, Nantes, Little finger for shallow containers. Harvest, 60 to 75 days. Flavor improves after the first light frost. Number 11. Green onions mistake. Treating green onions as an afterthought. They take almost no space and harvest continuously. Cold tolerant, fast to germinate in warm soil. An ideal late summer window that carries into fall. Container, shallow, 6 inches. Pack seeds close. You're harvesting leaves, not bulbs. Zones 3 through 9. The trick, skip seeds. Regrow from kitchen scraps. Root ends in a little soil resprout within days. Instant head start. Varieties, evergreen hardy white, Tokyo long white. Harvest, baby greens in 20 days. Regrowth for months if you only trim what you need. Closest thing to set it and forget it on this whole list. 5 down, 10 to go. And the next section is where this list earns the word harvest. Quick one first. Drop a comment. Tell me your USDA zone. I read every one. It tells me exactly which of these will work in your backyard versus which to skip. Up to now, fast, easy annuals. That's about to change. The next 5 aren't just fast, they're tough. Cold, hardy staples that don't just tolerate the first frost. Some practically wait for it. Thought your container garden had to shut down when the weather turns? You're about to be surprised. Number 10, next. Number 10, spinach myth. Spinach is spring only. Too tender for anything but mild weather. Reality, it's one of the toughest cold season crops out there, and it performs better once summer heat breaks. Spinach seeds struggle in scorching soil, so now they sprout as temps ease, a strong, bolt-resistant crop heading into fall. Container, 8 inches deep, zones 2 through 9. Cold zones, start now to establish before frost. The trick, spinach seeds go dormant in hot soil. Chill your seed packet in the fridge 24 to 48 hours before sowing. Tricks them into germinating even in warm soil. Varieties, Bloomsdale long-standing, space hybrid. Harvest, baby leaves in 25 days, full leaves in 40 to 45. Often keeps producing past your first frost. Some gardeners harvest straight through early winter, under a simple cover. Number 9, kale. Most people think kale just survives cold. It doesn't just survive it. Kale tastes better after frost. Cold triggers starches to convert to sugar. Kale needs a solid stretch of mild weather before cold sets in. These final days before August are your last real shot at a full-sized plant. Container, 5-gallon bucket. Zones 2 through 10. The trick, flea beetles swarm kale seedlings in late summer heat. Cover with lightweight row cover or garden netting for the first 2 to 3 weeks. Varieties, dwarf blue curled, red Russian, lacinato. Harvest, baby leaves 25 to 30 days, mature leaves 55 to 65, and it keeps producing new leaves from the center for months. 1 bucket, smoothies and sautés from October to first snow. Number 8, Swiss chard, built for unpredictable weather. Lettuce wilts under stress, spinach bolts fast. Chard just keeps producing. Hot afternoons straight into cooler months. Germinates in warm soil, hits its stride once days cool. Best of both conditions. Container, 12 inches deep, zones 3 through 10. The trick, chard seeds are actually seed clusters, multiple embryos, so they come up in clumps. Thin seedlings early, once they have their first true leaves, or growth gets stunted. Varieties, bright lights, Ford Hook Giant, ruby red. Harvest, outer leaves in 30 days, keeps regrowing from the center for weeks. Some harvest chard even after a light frost. Most resilient plant on this list. Number 7, collard greens mistake. Thinking collards need a huge garden bed. They don't. Surprisingly well suited to containers, and one of the most cold-tolerant greens you can grow. Collards need a runway to bulk up before cold arrives. Plant now. Build a strong root system before frost slows growth. Container, 5-gallon minimum, rich amended soil. Zones 6 through 10. The trick, young seedlings are vulnerable to pests in late summer heat. Light mulch around the base retains moisture and stabilizes soil temp while roots establish. Varieties, Georgia Southern, Vates. Harvest, baby greens 35 days, mature leaves 55 to 75. Flavor sweetens after frost. Plant once, harvest for months. Number 6, Turnips myth. Turnips are old-fashioned, low reward. Reality: a 2-for-1 crop, fast-growing root, and a nutrient-dense green from one planting. Roots develop fast in warm soil. Tops improve in flavor as fall sets in. This narrow window is your ideal start time. Container: at least 10 inches deep. Zones 2 through 9. The trick: turnip seeds are tiny, easily washed away or buried too deep by heavy watering. Sow a 1/4 inch deep, water with a gentle mist until seedlings establish. Varieties: purple top white globe for roots, shogoin for greens. Harvest: greens in 30 days, roots in 45 to 60. 2 harvests, 1 container. More food per square foot than almost anything else on this list. If you've made it this far, don't stop. I mean that, because what's next is my favorite part of this whole list. We've done fast crops. We've done tough, cold hardy staples. Now, the delicate greens. The ones most gardeners assume are too fragile for this late in the season. And here's a trick almost nobody talks about. Chill your seeds in the fridge before planting. It tricks cool weather lovers into germinating even while the soil's still warm. Skip this section. You miss the single most useful trick in this video. Up next, the delicate greens and the peas that pair with them. Number 5. Lettuce myth. Lettuce is a spring crop. No business in late summer. Truth: it struggles most in peak July heat. Planted right before the cool down, it thrives. Lettuce seeds go dormant above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why midsummer plantings fail. Sow now as temps ease, germination swings back in your favor. Container: shallow, 6 to 8 inches. Zones 2 through 9. The trick: damp paper towel, seal in a bag, chill in the fridge 24 to 48 hours before sowing. Breaks heat-induced dormancy. Germinates even in soil still warmer than lettuce normally tolerates. Varieties: black-seeded Simpson or Buttercrunch for the transition, winter density for the colder weeks ahead. Harvest: baby leaves in 25 days, full heads 45 to 55. Tender, sweet greens for months, while gardeners who skip the fridge trick already lost their crop to bolting. Number 4. Arugula mistake. Writing arugula off as a fancy salad topper. It's one of the fastest, most forgiving greens here, and it gets spicier, more flavorful as weather cools. Bolts almost instantly in summer heat. Planted now, matures right as temps drop. Tender, well-flavored leaves instead of bitter, bolted ones. Container: 6 inches deep, so dense. Zones 2 through 9. The trick: same fridge chill as lettuce. Short cold treatment, dramatically better germination while the ground's still warm. Varieties: Astro or Wasabi arugula for milder, consistent flavor. Harvest: 20 to 25 days. Regrows fast after cutting. Fastest turnaround on this whole list. Number 3. Snap peas myth. Peas are strictly spring. Reality: they have a second, overlooked window. A fall crop most gardeners never touch. Peas hate intense heat. Sown now, seedlings establish just as weather cools. Energy goes into pods, not survival. Container: at least 12 inches deep, small trellis or stakes. Zones 2 through 9. The trick: pea seeds rot in soil still warm and too moist. Chill seeds briefly in the fridge. Let the top inch of soil dry slightly between waterings until germination. Varieties: Sugar Snap, Cascadia. Harvest: first pods in 60 to 70 days. Production continues right up to a hard frost. Fall peas are sweeter than spring ones. Cooling weather slows sugar conversion in the pod. Before the final 2, a reframe. All 13 vegetables so far, seasonal. Plant, harvest, done. That container's job ends until next year. Nothing wrong with that. It's how most container gardening works. But the last 2 aren't seasonal. They're perennials. That changes everything. A perennial is an investment. Plant it once, care for it through the first season, and instead of clearing the container out for winter, it comes back. Bigger, more productive. Every year. No new seeds, no starting over. Most gardeners never plant a perennial this late. They assume it's too late to go long-term. That assumption is exactly why so few people get to see what's coming. This isn't the end of a countdown anymore. This is where your container garden stops rebuilding itself every spring and starts building itself. Number 2, next. Number 2, asparagus myth. Asparagus is impossible in containers. Needs deep beds, years before a single spear. Half true. It needs patience. But container growing works, and late summer's a smart time to start. Plant now, roots get a full fall and winter to settle in, ready to push strong spears the moment spring hits, instead of a rushed spring planting. Container, 18 to 24 inches deep, roots spread wide and deep, zones 3 through 8, where it gets the cold dormancy it needs. The trick: most people plant crowns too deep or too shallow. Shallow trench, roots spread like a spider, cover with 2 inches of soil. Fill in more as shoots grow taller. Varieties: Jersey Night, Mary Washington. Harvest: honestly, nothing this year, barely anything next year. By year 3, 1 container produces spears every spring for the next 15 to 20 years. The ultimate patience play. Plant it once, it becomes a permanent spring ritual for 2 decades. Number 1. Walking onions. Egyptian onions. This is it. The plant I promised at the start. Walking onions do something no other vegetable does. They propagate themselves. Each stalk grows a cluster of little bulbs. The bulbils get heavy, the stalk bends, the bulbs touch soil and root right where they land. The plant walks across your container, spreading wider every year. Plant now. Bulbs get a full fall and winter to establish, ready to multiply hard come spring. Container, wide and shallow, roughly 12 inches deep, as wide as you can manage. Zones 3 through 9. The trick: don't crowd them. Space bulbs several inches apart. You're not just planting this year's onions, you're planting room for next year's. Varieties: Egyptian walking onion, or tree onion. Harvest: snip green tops almost immediately. By next year, full bulbs, plus a new generation already rooting in. Plant it once. It multiplies your harvest, year after year, almost zero effort. No replanting, no buying seeds. A container that gets more abundant every season. So there it is. 15 container vegetables you cannot miss planting before August slips away. Fast movers first: radishes, bok choy, bush beans, carrots, green onions. Quick wins for empty pots. Then the cold hardy staples: spinach, kale, chard, collards, turnips. Crops that taste better because of frost, not despite it. Then the delicate greens and peas, and the fridge trick that makes it all possible in warm soil. And finally, the 2 that change the game: asparagus and walking onions, perennials that turn your containers from a yearly chore into a harvest that builds itself. Here's the truth: this window doesn't stay open long. The soil's warm right now, the timing lines up. Every day you wait is a day closer to missing it. Thought the season was over? It isn't, not even close. So, comment below, tell me which of these 15 you're planting first. I read every one. Already grow one of these in containers? Drop your best tip. Some of my best tricks came straight from this community. If this helped you squeeze one more season out of your containers, hit subscribe. Every week at the Greenhaven Farm: what to plant, when to plant it, how to get the most out of even the smallest space. Now go get those seeds in the ground. That window is closing fast.